I've been a large guy most of my life, but decided I needed to make a change a little over 4 years ago now. I let myself up to 142 kilograms, 313 pounds. Went and joined a gym as well and started to watch what I was eating, and I dropped 20 kilograms, 44 pounds in the first year. But then I got stuck at 122, 268 pounds, lost a bit of focus, and have driven and let myself go back up to 138. That's 304 pounds, basically. So for us in the US, he went from 313 to 268 to 304 again. He says, got myself moving again, swapped gyms, got myself a trainer who's been guiding me with food. Was doing well, got back down to 264 pounds by the start of this year, but the weight has been a real fight for most of the year, currently sitting at 279 pounds.
Yeah.
Deep down, I know I can do this, but there's a little voice that creeps into my head that tells me I'm a failure and to give up. I've always lacked confidence and feel like I should be a lot further along than I am to my goal. His goal is 198 pounds. Wondering if you had any advice on how to keep that self-doubt and little voice out of my head.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this just screams to me, do maintenance. It screams it because you've regained weight twice now, right? I believe it's twice,
Yeah.
if I'm understanding that correctly.
Yep.
And what's going to stop you from regaining weight when you get to 198 pounds? Maintenance is the rest of your life if you don't want to gain weight. So where you're at now, 279, do maintenance. Figure out maintenance, because maintenance is just do a few cycles of it. Do maintenance, lose another 20 pounds, do maintenance, lose another 20 pounds, do maintenance. Every time you do maintenance, it's going to be a little bit smaller. It's going to be a little bit more work to figure out again, but you're actively relearning how to eat for the rest of your life. This is the magic of like maintaining weight loss. You have to actively work at it. It is work. And I'll tell you what, it's for me was harder than any diet. I do a diet and it's like, okay, this is going to suck for 30 days, but I'm going to lose a ton of weight. I'm going to be miserable. I can psych myself up and get in the zone. But I never got to a goal. I always got the 30 days or X, and on keto, I would just stall out and stop losing weight altogether and spin my wheels and then finally give up after months and months of like, well, I'm just not losing weight anymore. I'm broken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maintenance is the fucking key, dude. What do you do when you're 198 pounds that's going to be different from being 264 pounds? It's not going to be easier when you get to 190. There's no miracle is going to be unlocked in you where your body's just going to go, well, we got to 198 pounds. This is where we want to stay. There's all kinds of studies that show that people who are overweight, the genetic makeup of their fat cells is different than people who are not overweight. The fat cells desperately want that energy back. They want the storage. They're going like, no, this is the other thing. Fat is like a finite number of cells. It's not like when we gain weight, we're just adding new cells. So what you do is the cell expands, the cell gets bigger. You put more and more energy into it and the cell gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And when it gets to that size, the actual genetic Wegovy and Mounjaro and stuff, and then when they've lost all the weight, be able to go off of them instead of staying on them for life. But the problem is your fat cell is screaming at you, fill me up again. You've deflated me. Fill me up again. And so they're trying to come up with a medication to rewrite that drive in the fat cells so that once you've lost weight, your body's just like cool with this new weight. But you're not doing that, right? It doesn't sound to me like he's doing GLP-1 agonists. He's changing his life through diet and exercise. Mm-hmm. The biggest key, the only thing that really helped me was maintenance, learning maintenance. Spend some time at that weight. Teach yourself how to eat for that weight. Do it right now at 279 pounds. Do a month or two of maintenance and then realize that this is how you're going to spend the rest of your life. And then you can diet again and get down to another load, lose and get to 260 again and do maintenance. And go like however many calories you shaved off from when you were 280, now you're eating to maintain your weight at 260. Then do it again and again. None of this is going to happen overnight. But I'll tell you what, If I give you some crackpot diet that I go like, you do this for 9 months, you'll be 198 pounds. You're going to waste a lot of lean tissue. You're going to have life is going to suck while you do it. But this is the way you lose 81 pounds, I think, actually, if I do the math correctly. This is how you lose 81 pounds in one fell swoop. Do X, Y, and Z, do this much cardio every day, lift this many weights every day, eat this much food or not food, drink this many protein shakes, and put yourself into the hurt locker 6 months. You're going to gain that weight back. I guarantee you're going to gain some portion of that weight back. You will see 198 for a day, and then 198 will be in the rearview mirror, and you'll be back up to 215 over a weekend of eating, unless you figure out how to eat for the rest of your life. My plea with people is start practicing before you get there. Maintenance is the key to this. Do a maintenance phase. Practice eating to not gain weight. It's fucking hard. It's really hard, and it's depressing getting on the scale when you've put in so much effort and the scale doesn't move. I put in that much effort to what I was going to eat today, and all I got was the same number. This is like, a glitch in the matrix when he sees two cats or something and he knows, no, something is off here. My mind, my everything wants to see. I put in that much effort, the scale should go down. No, drive of the cell changes. They are trying to come up with medications to change this because they want people to be able to take the GLP-1 agonists. We're working to keep the scale the same. And you got to do it over and over again because that is what you have to do forever, or you're going to gain the weight back.